videos about me on YouTube. Lenorhonor. I had enough of him too. I don't know where he lived. I don't know what city he in. Find out where these five people are. Please find out where these five people are. It's time for me to see Monty too. I've been as patient as I can be, and I'm tired of this shit. And let me also say this. For those of y'all who claim to be supporters, if you send me bullshit from these motherfuckers, you are not a supporter getting your fucking rocks and kicks off watching this bullshit that these people put out. It's not funny to me. You send me another video claiming you're a supporter, I'm gonna block your ass. Because why are you watching that bullshit if you claim to be about black children? Monty Woodgrain, I'm in your ass. Lenon Honor, I'm in your ass. William Clay, I'm in your ass. Gerald Palmer, I'm in your ass. Antas Bengali, I'm in your ass. In Mukasa, Africa, I'm in your ass. Fuck court. Fuck the court. I want Mukasa, Africa's address. I'm going to find that little bitch. Monty Woodgrain, Lee Honor, Gerald Palmer, William Clay. Now, out of all of them, William Clay and Gerald Palmer are the main ones trying to get the event shut down. William Clay and Gerald Palmer are the main ones trying to get my event shut down. Why would you sabotage a training for black parents? Why would you sabotage a training for black parents? Why would you sabotage a training for black parents? I'm out here trying to help our people and our children. It's not my fault using nobody. It's not my fault you's a loser. It's not my fault you tried to be, you don't have my stature. It's not my fault you don't have my platform. It's not my fault that the only way you can get attention is by slandering somebody. It's not my fault people are not interested in flying you around the world to speak. It's not my fault you are not me. But I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the bullshit. William Clay, Gerald Palmer, Mukasa, Africa, Lenon Honor, Monty Woodgrain, Andreas. I need home addresses, addresses. Find these cities.
Welcome to another edition of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. I am We-On-Loc Nation, and I just woke up. Yes, I just woke up to another a live event by Lenon, Psycho Stalker. I haven't even come up with a proper name for him yet. Have not come up with a proper name for him yet because he's obsessive. I already told you that. I told you he is obsessive. He's this, he's that. That ain't my main issue. It's not my main issue, but I'll get to his main issue in a minute. This whole thing started, as you know, on the AFWs from back in the day, stalking and predatorizing Umar Johnson at the time. They still do it to this very day, but very minimum. The only person that goes on him heavy, and I sound like Tariq Nasheed, the only person that goes on him heavy is a bald-headed Negro, yes sir, named Lenon Honor. I'm not laughing. I'm just getting it out the way. Because what transpired last couple of days possibly even 4 days ago, was uncalled for. It's still uncalled for. He has mainly crossed the line. So this is numerous times he's crossed the line, but the major one is going after someone's family. Now, we laugh, we joke, we play, we cry. I may joke about him from here and there, but this is some real serious. This is some real serious business. It may not be serious to you because you don't live on YouTube. It may not be as serious to you because you don't have to deal with this every day. It may not be as serious to you because he's not talking about your family. But if he were, what would the circumstance be? So I'm asking. I don't even remember Umar blatantly talking about another person's family. Unless he's illustrating a point or something, or he's going on based on what's being put on in the public. Other than that, I never heard of Umar talk about Lenon and his family. Talking about he stalked me. Nigga, he don't stalk you. Lenon, dumbass. Umar has never stalked you. He doesn't want anything from you. Only reason why that clip was being played is because you kept stalking his ass. My favorite YouTube boo thing is in the building. Don't tell anybody I said that. How you doing, Mahogany? But in all seriousness, if we can scratch all the BS, we can. This is not a joke. This. We don't have to joke like that at all. What if this Negro came after your family? Talked about your mother like a stray dog. Talked about your father like a stray dog. Called him a whole bitch. How would you feel about that? I'm asking a serious question. How would you feel if you back at you? Put his shit all over the internet. How would you feel if you had some fake people? Because this is what I will call them. And don't worry, this clip's going to be played. I want Lenon. No, I don't want Lenon. I want Information Man to get at me. Because it seems like to me, you niggas like to grape each other. You niggas like to grab each other's balls and likes to play with them. I don't play. I don't play with none of this type of stuff. If you have a problem with Umar, that's fine. Talk about Umar. Talk about his school. Talk about, his obsession with women, which I don't think that's an obsession because men always have an obsession with women. I have an obsession with mahogany. I'm just playing. But needless to say, your obsession is off the roof. And I am shocked and amazed. I am so shocked and amazed that the cookie crush, coon, whatever you call them, chat, it's taken as it. Let me tell you the honest truth about the cookie crush chat. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. There are a bunch of Umar stalkers as well. There are 85% of people who hate him. The other 15% are from somebody else's camp who came from, let's say, another person's sector or whatever, and they hate on him too. The same amount of people that are in his chat were the same amount of people for AES chat. It's the same amount. Same amount. Can't even, no excuse for it. It's the same amount of people. And then, of course, you have Monty Woodgrain, who has done one or few videos about it. I can respect that much. Information Man, same thing. Although, again, he's grabbing the balls a little bit too close. He's a little bit too close to the balls. He's beginning to be a Tyler Perry-like nigga. But at least I can admit he does very few videos on Umar, which I can respect. Again, but like I said, you're getting a little bit too close to his balls. Respectfully, I'm getting sick and tired of the gaslighting with this nigga. Let me not say that word again. I'm getting very tired of the gaslighting with this brother, due to the fact that the same information that you get is the same information that he's gotten from some other source. It's the same information. Y'all talk about the same shit over and over and over again. It used to be funny. It ain't funny no more. It's not funny anymore. And to the bum, the wrestling bum, please, I want you to come to this channel, my nigga. I want you to come to this channel so you can get clowned heavenly. You know people know who I'm talking about, but I'll get to it on a different date. I ain't got time for it today. My feet hurt. I've been on my feet. I need somebody to rub these bunions. So I'm gonna need a foot massage tonight. I need a foot massage tonight. Sick. It's very sick. It's very sickening indeed. It's very sickening. Because again, this is the internet, right? This is the internet. Anybody can find anybody in real life. But I'm not trying to go there because we already had several instances where YouTubers have actually came to a person's location, not a person's actual location. I'm not talking about house. I'm talking about the city where they're from, and actually pew another person. I'm sure you heard about it, but if you haven't heard about it, I want you to go to Shish Trish. Go to Shish Trish. She's reviewing it heavy. Shouts out to Shish Trish. She's reviewing this thing that happened in Las Vegas last week, or I think it was a few weeks ago. Heavy. Very heavy indeed. A YouTuber, a Mexican who lives here in the state of Vegas, off the guy who came from, I think, from Arizona, I believe. I didn't even cover that story because that was too off the rip with it. But basically came over here with his chick, offed him, off the chick. He's doing time in jail. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not trying to be involved in all that. If it was that serious, I'd just cut this shit off years ago. But I'm trying to go, but it's hard to go to a different direction when you got idiots like this. You got idiots like Lenon going in and making it so personal. So personal. What if somebody in Umar's family had that type of mentality, huh? They already know where you live, Lenon. They already know where you live, but the father don't want nothing to do with you. So you should be counting your blessings, asshole. You should be counting your blessings that there's not one particular person in his family that has retaliated. And I'm talking about Umar's family. You better thank the Lord above that they haven't retaliated. This particular video I just played, and you have to go back and watch it. This was over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago. Ain't nobody paying attention to him. Ain't nobody paying attention to Lenon. There's nobody paying attention to him. He says the same shit over and over and over again, but at this rate, he's crossed two lines. Number one, we already talked about the incident, what had happened with Jamal Johnson, Umar Johnson's father. D. Durrell interviewed Jamal, interviewed him, perfect interview. Interviewed him twice. Said that he had stalked. He's a straight bastard. He's a bastard. Attacked him, attacked his whole entire family, all because his son did something 10 years ago, and had literally had nothing to do with his family. He didn't contact anyone to stalk his kids or talk about his kids. People in that Umar sector did it on their own. Even I didn't start doing Lenon videos until late. So I don't know what this guy's problem is. The problem is, the thing about it is, he has no income. He has no income. He has nowhere to go. He's stuck. He's stuck in Utah. He's living off of his wife's income. Let's just keep it a buck. This nigga is living off his wife's income, and that Cookie Crush Croon chat is feeding them pennies. That's all it is to it. But again, he wants to make this shit personal. So personal, in fact, I just think it's disgusting. It's very fucking disgusting. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Or has so many issues with people, it's just unreal. It's unreal. He's a liability. He doesn't keep you on your toes. I didn't know if the family was going to show up at the house when his daughter came out. You know, I'm calling him back. I'm like, what do I need to do? And he's just like, he doesn't care. You know, if anybody, his brother could have showed up, anybody could have showed up. He doesn't care. That's him.
All right. Well, there's a lot of questions in the chat. Do you mind answering a few of these?
Yeah, I can't see the chat, so I'll go back in there.
No. I've been typing them out.
This is what I would call a BWA. This is what I would call a BWA. A black woman. Is it a suspect? I'm so used to these codes and shit. But anyway, basically, this is a so-called black woman that proclaims that she's been over the house to help Umar and his mother. Allegedly, they were intimate together. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not in this man's bedroom. I really don't care what he does. He's single. If he was married, that would be a different situation. But he's not married. He's single. So, but if you had an issue with Umar, and be careful, because there are way too many holes in this story. Way too many holes. And too many lies have came out. But I'll let you listen to it.
Okay, so the first question, this is the question I want to ask, just so that we have clarity on this. Were you intimate with Umar?
He wanted, I don't know what he wanted, but he wanted me to have a baby, and I didn't want anything with him like that. It was just supposed to have, be fun. You know what I mean? And I didn't know he lived like that. I didn't know he acted like that stuff. It didn't get really bad until like 2000. Once I got to that house, he said, and nobody else has been to I don't want to say like aspired to, but I thought something else was going to happen. It wasn't.
Okay.
He wanted us to rent a house together, and I was okay with that on a roommate situation because they had a dual serve, but I couldn't deal with him. I felt like if I got him to a clean environment and I could set the house up, he would be more productive because clearly he can't run a household on his own.
Yeah. Yeah. How long did you know him? From the time where you met him until I guess the last time you were there to help out with his mother.
So this was the.
I have a question for you. You remember that the girl that came up when he was in Atlanta, the fat girl that came up to the stage and threw the book bag up on stage, right? Do you think somebody paid her, or you thought that was a real situation? Now with this one, I don't trust. Number one, I don't trust anybody who don't show their face. That's number one. The conscious stripper, quote unquote, from 10 years ago, she actually showed her face and she actually made a video. Did I believe that story? Kind of, sort of. The boy's grown. He can do what he does, what he wants to do. But with this one, this was kind of like you all over the place with it. Just listen. Just listen.
So I knew him probably since November of 2023. I'm sorry. Okay. All the way clear up to, well, he knows now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many times did you go out there to Philadelphia?
Oh, I want to say maybe about, don't hold me to this, y'all, but probably about 6 or 7 times for him.
Okay, and he paid for the airfare each time?
I paid for some of my airfare, but he would buy dinner or whatever else.
Okay, and then what about because didn't you say that he had you in a hotel room?
Yeah, when it was on his mother, he paid for everything, even my phone bill.
Oh, okay. So was there at any point, did you actually stay, like sleep at the
This is some stalkers type shit.
His mother's place?
Yeah. I stayed there. These were times when he was out of town though.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And why did you decide to take care of his mother? Because that's one thing. It's one thing is you're dealing with Umar. He bringing you out. You in a hotel, but it's another thing to actually take care of his mother. Why did you decide to do that?
I think that's just how I am. Okay, so this is gonna sound corny, but I am a single mother. I know what it's like to not have like unconditional support. And I felt like the school wasn't getting done because he hasn't had anybody, because he's always talking about haters and all this other stuff. I felt like he didn't have anybody that was there that was just riding for him unconditionally. And I just felt like that was one way I would be able to help out unconditionally. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
If that's the case, you could have just helped out with the school. But anyway.
I mean, I've babysitted my friends' kids and stuff like that. I'm not above the ask. Okay. I'm just not a home health aide.
No, I understand. Now, Umar, he is on record saying that he wanted a woman, or he wanted queens, like 2 of them, that would help take care of his mom. I actually have him on record saying that years ago.
Yeah.
So what you're saying here, I'm not surprised by it at all. I'm not saying that it's
capable of
100%. But I understand that, but I'm not saying that what you're saying here is 100% factual, okay? Because I haven't vetted enough. But I will say that what you're saying is consistent with what Umar has actually said in terms of the type of woman that he wants. He wants a woman that's going to not only take care of him, but take care of his mother.
Yeah.
Another question was, what was the longest period of time that you stayed there to help his mother?
Oh, I think I stayed there 5 days when he was in Switzerland. I think I was there for about 5 days. And then I've been there, you know, in hotels, and like he'd have me come for one event and then I'd stay in a hotel until, you know, the next event, because it would be pointless for me to come back to my city.
Okay.
I thought I was giving him enough time to vet out. I understand how delusional now. I got it. But at the time, I was thinking that he didn't have time to vet women out, and I didn't want him to get someone in a space that was going to do harm when I was a supporter. You see what I'm saying? I felt like I knew what I was about, and he knows I'm trustworthy. That's why he put me with his mom. But you know, he knew I was a good-hearted person. I'm a good person. But I was really, really lost under a delusion.
Yeah, you believed in him.
I did. I did. I sacrificed my job. Like I said, I worked for the government. I didn't.
You could have told him no. That just sounds like a fade to me. You could have told the brother no. You didn't have to take care of his mother. Umar's grown. He could have had somebody else, like a nanny or something, take care of his mom for when he was away. You know what I'm saying? But this just sounds faded out to me. This just sounds like a money grab. Because again, you're coming into a place. You didn't even, okay, y'all didn't say when y'all first met or what was the conversation like. None of that. You just go straight to the end.
Then I had people coming from my job, and I don't just work for, you know, I work for above board with who we deal with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Another question is, but this is dealing with the actual space itself.
Uh-huh.
Based on my research in the floor plans, there's only one bathroom upstairs.
Yes.
How does the mother get upstairs to use the bathroom?
She doesn't. She uses a porta potty that's by the bed. The stairs are really high. They're, I mean, they're very steep. Like I had to keep this. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
I think it's just like the feedback, but yeah, there's 2 rooms that are upstairs. One room, I believe, is his shrine. I looked in it, but I didn't go in it because it didn't look right. It's his space, so I didn't go in there.
Do you think that the mother needs assisted, what they call assisted living? This is a question that someone had asked. Assisted living, or she needs to be in a nursing home?
He won't do it though. She needs to be in something that comes confused about why you are changing her and the reason why you're doing this to her, and you can explain it to her, but she doesn't understand. I think that around people that are skilled in that would serve her better, just for her nerves. I could have handled working with her. It's just the fact that it was upsetting her. We're laughing and joking at the television, and I'm like, are you wet? Do you need some help with being changed? And she's like, no. And I'm like, I think you do. So
this is wrong. This is totally wrong. If you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to do it. That's like taking care of somebody else's mother. Dude, if their condition, if they are handicapped, if they are disabled, you're gonna have to do the minimum. Or the maximum rather. You're gonna have to do the maximum. You're not saying, I'm not saying wipe them down or whatever, but clearly he has even so he has relatives for this. Ooh, come on. If you didn't want to volunteer, all you had to do was just say no. And why are you even putting that type of business out on the stream anyway? I would have prosecuted you to the fullest extent if I could prosecute you. I would have straight sued your ass for putting my business out there on the street like that. That is totally out of that. Let her do your mom like that. He must have said something or did something to piss her off, or she had said something and did something, and they both got pissed off at each other. And that's when he sent her on the plane. I'll just say it like this. He sent her on the plane home for whatever reason. And I think I already know the reason. Because like I said, there are too many holes to this fucking story.
And then you have to put her through that all over again. And he's just like, he's numb to it. He's numb to it. And I don't, that's a lot of a liability for me. If I would have put too much pressure on her or anything, that's a liability for me to keep. And that's what I was trying to talk to him about, like help him see some reasoning. He doesn't. He got into it with the agency that sends her nurses because they were trying to tell him the same thing. If I look through my text, I could probably find the lady's name, but they fell out. He was like, I'm done with him. And I cut him off. And I'm like, yeah, you can't do that because they're a part of her health plan. He doesn't care. Then he accused me of taking the rental car keys. I was like, I don't do stuff like that. I don't know who you've been dealing with, but I'm not that type of person. No, I didn't take your rental car keys. They're somewhere in the house. I think he gets high and he forgets what he locks up, what he, where he puts things. He gets out of it. And then that's when the fighting starts.
Yeah, has he ever been aggressive towards you or verbally or physically violent towards you?
He's just verbally abusive. He's he's smart, but he's verbally abusive. He can cut you down with his mouth. He gets nasty. I don't think anybody has, what him and Seti, what happened between him and Seti? That was him like at 5. And then
this is fake. This is straight fake. Because why didn't you, if this is the case, why didn't you just give out the address? Why didn't you just give the address or where she lives? Lenon don't even know where this person lives. He don't even know where Umar lives. Okay, he could probably damn near it might well been in the house may have well been in his name. You don't know. See the stalker shit? All because of what happened 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago. You're gonna get at a man who wants nothing to do with you. You've never seen him. You never spoke to him. You never even shook his hand. You never slapped him in the face. It's outrageous, but you're getting money off of this shit. And all the Cookie Crush Coon chat is doing is just making comments and laughing about the shit. What I don't know what this dude is trying to prove. But I'm going to prove something in a minute. That this whole spiel was nearly
you're dealing with the man. Super issues with his mother, and me being in a position to take care of his mother, and you can't talk to him. He's like, it's midnight. Like, why is my mom up? And I'm like, she's on her own cadence because you have not set up anything that she can turn off the light because he can see from the camera. I'm like, she stayed up last night all the way till 3 a.m. She's gonna be up later tonight. What do you want me to do? I can't. Be like, and he doesn't listen. So that would trigger him to blow up because he's thinking you're trying. He even told me, he was like, give me a hug because I don't want you in here hurting my mom. And I'm like, who the hell do you think I am? I don't need this space. You need help. I don't need to be here. If you feel like I'm going to do that, send me home. I would never do that to anyone. I'm not that type of person. So that put me in a space of a liability. You know, I was talking to my best friend. She was like, yeah, no. Because, you know, he can get weird and he'll hurt you about his mom. And I was like, yeah, I'm starting to see that. But he kept calling me back out to take care of her.
How did he treat his mom? Did you observe him in his treatment verbally and in terms of taking care of her? How did he treat her?
Directly, he treats her, you know, very good. It's a very kind of, in my opinion, kind of like relationship with your mother. It's over the top. It's really over the top. And I was like, well, she needs a sliding board thing from mom, anything that she wants. And I was like, okay, well, then she needs a sliding board. And we need to start cleaning up this damn house because if I fix her food out of that fridge, that could really hurt her. He said, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Were there roaches or anything like that inside of the home?
I didn't see anything like that from the time. The only thing that I saw were the flies, and I attribute that to like if he was doing sacrifices, and if you're not cleaning up properly, you know, that could turn into something else. But
yeah, what did she do with the sacrifice stuff? You looked, he had a shrine or something like that. Did you see anything else?
I didn't. I know that there was some stuff on the back patio. So he was doing something out on the back patio. When I was going out there, he was doing his sacrifices, maybe out there.
They're not called sacrifices. I know what she's talking about, and they're not called sacrifices. He has what's called a tabernacle, and they're not called sacrifices. You're paying homage to the ancestors, and he's doing what's called fasting. He ain't doing no damn sacrifice. What the fuck is this stupid bitch talk? Umar, this is the problem. I'll tell it to him. It's like, bruh, you gotta stop with all these. Luckily, this was only a couple of years ago, but you need to stop it with. I would tell you need to stop it with the women, dog. You need to stop it with the women for a while. I know. I know it gets lonely on the road. You're single. You say you want to get married and everything. You got to start vending these women out. You got to start vending some of these women out, bro. Because again, this is some tricky. This is some foul shit. This is some foul ass shit. Start vending your women before you send them over the house to take care of your mom. That's just. Of course, you have good intentions, but at least vent these women out. you don't never you don't never talk about somebody's personal business like this. You don't. You just straight don't. Sacrifice. This ain't no fucking sacrifice.
Okay, what did you see? So you're saying you didn't see him doing any sacrifice, but you said something was going on that was, I guess,
She don't even.
I don't
Yeah,
know what
because
we
it's
would
like
call it.
winter and you have flies. Like, what is that? I don't understand. Like, these are the colder months. Why do you have fly tape, tape up hanging from the ceiling? Or, there's flies going around. Like, there's something somewhere not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it could be just because he hoards. You know what I'm saying? It
That
may not
too.
necessarily be that he's sacrificing. It could be that, and he may be because he's talked about doing sacrifices in the past. But
Yeah.
it could just be just all the the living conditions themselves, the filth and stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just
Okay.
Because you can't use that on some commercial, surfaces. It'll turn it yellow. I hadn't been in there, but I was trying to tell him he wanted to get scouring pads, the sand down plaster on the wall, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. Most people understand the integrity, of the scouring pad. It's gonna unravel. He just doesn't have common sense.
You know what I'm thinking
Talking
about this?
about
Years ago, I used to see someone posting, I think it was on King Kong Consciousness, the YouTube page. They were posting comments like, Umar, he's a controlling of his mother. He keeps her in this apartment, and she's sitting in her own feces, and he won't let anyone see her. Was that you making?
Yeah. This is AFW stuff. Because the moment he said King Kong consciousness, I call him King Kong Coon. Uh, it was a wash for me. It was a wash for me. I just ignored the rest of the shit. She kept going on and on and on and on and on. And it's like, does the family know you? Does the family know you at all? Have you been around the family? Like, what the hell is going on? This was a complete wash. But I just can't help to laugh at certain shit that Lenon was asking, and she was just trying to like do all this escapism and this gaslighting and all this other shit. This is a straight wash. Um, some things, some things about the mom may be true to some degree. I don't know. I haven't been there, but I know when I took care of my father, and I wouldn't let him lay on his feces like that. If you were that, first of all, you're trying to paint a picture. Let me see if I'm on. You're trying to paint this ugly ass picture that Umar is a coon, or he's a thief, he's a coward, he's a grifter, he's this, he's that. And again, you're just upset because you're a failure at life. You're a failure at happiness. You're just a complete failure, period. And so it's like, I can't go down. I can't go down. If I gotta go down, I'm taking Umar with me. Because what I tried to do, Umar's doing it, and he's doing it much, much better than me. Because this is crazy. This is downright insane. But let's continue.
Those comments. This was years ago.
No,
Okay.
because I just got to the mom this year. But I will tell you that he was telling me when he came to the room, we were supposed to go out to dinner, and I didn't want to go out to dinner. I limited my time with him because he's abused. I mean, his mouth is atrocious. And he was like, "You want to go out to dinner?" I was like, "No, I just rather, just stay inside. We can get something to eat." And he.
Let me ask you a question. If he was that vicious, and I would have to admit, there were some times where people would come up to me and say, Umar's a little bit, his ego is out there. And I say, he does have an ego. Doesn't everybody? Everybody has an ego. Sometimes I got an ego. What's the point? What's your point? He's getting shit. He is who he is. But when I interviewed him, when I met him, I never had an issue with him. I never had an issue with him. D. Durrell has never had an issue with him. Tiff Griff, I don't think had an issue with him. I don't know. When she went over, because she's visited the school dozens of times and is a very supportive person of Umar. So she would tell you herself that he is a good person. But this motherfucker right here just wants to make it as if he's not a good person. He's this, he's that, all because we want him to do what we want him to do, but he's not doing it. So we're going to have to get with him just so he can steer our direction. But he says we're haters, we're goony googles, we're what's the famous struggle streamers. We're nothing but struggle streamers, which Lenon Honor is a struggle streamer. I'm gonna prove that to you in a little bit. Well, the woman that passed away a few years ago, Claudia, may she rest in peace, may she rest in power. She has a whole video on this guy, but I'm not gonna play that because you already heard it already. So
it was like, well, after we had woke up, he was like, "You're the only person that can get my mom healed, like her bottom healed, because she had I don't know if they were decupulous ulcers, but they're
Lord Jesus,
where like if the skin starts to break."
That's a violation. See what I mean? No. Keep personal business off fucking line. But then again, know who you're bringing by the house. Ask your questions, like questions. Are you for the internet? Do you have a internet page or whatever? Are you with certain people? Are you down with certain people? Do not let women into your sanctuary without vetting them first. I had that same situation happen to me a couple of years ago. Friend, no friend, lover, no lover, do not let them in unless you ask them questions. And you vet them out and let the risks fly where they may. Because in this situation, anybody can. But he's been doing this for years. He's been doing this for quite a long time. He's been doing this for 16 plus years. Right? He's that damn obsessive. But the one thing that I cannot have him get away with, if I was Jamal Johnson or if I was any of the family, I wouldn't have him get away with this. This has gone far enough. I would have been like, if even people, because not all kinfolk is kinfolk, but even if it was like, fuck Umar, you are still infiltrating into my family. You're putting information out there as false. So therefore, I had to take risk into my own hands and not call the authorities, but call a lawyer, put a restraining order on you, and then deal with the courts according to what's been on the internet, right? That would be my right. But according to Jamal, all he wants is the shit to cease. He wants the shit to stop, but he won't stop until he can prove beyond a shadow. He can be 70 years old, and Umar would have been had the school open already, but he's gonna find ways to try to put this man under the bus, and people are laughing at him. People are laughing at Lenon. People are laughing, like, there are a few that drop off and say, dude, this has been fun, but I just think this is a bit too much. Again, you can hate on Umar, you can hate on the fact that the school ain't open. You could talk about school, you could talk about snow bunnies, you could talk about the black chicks that he's allegedly been with, allegedly. Do whatever. Leave the family out of it. Leave the family out of it, leave the kids out of it. But yeah, this nigga wants to be stupid.
Under urine.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just clean her up. And I told him these baby wipes, we need to switch from the alcohol. Let's try to get her one of those bathtubs. You know, the portable bathtubs.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we can just put it up to the bed. We can bathe her right there. That way she doesn't have to do bed baths. And then we can get those large wipes that they use in, I'm trying to find the words because it's not my career field, but they have larger washcloth like wipes that you can use on bedbound people. And I said, we can use this. And he's like, no. Anything that I gave to him, he would like shoot it down. If I tried to send him something where we can turn her easier, and he didn't want to buy that. Anything that I came up with, he shot it down. I have been trying to let people know that he is a bad person, but nobody will listen. They won't listen.
Because you're full of shit. It don't take that much to flip somebody over. I flipped my dad over when I was 11, 12 years old. It was easy for me to flip him over because he could easily grab onto the guardrail and roll himself over, so I can be in position to put the some stuff underneath him, and then he can just easily just get back on his back again. That was just totally easy for me. The hardest part was getting him onto the bed. That was the only hard part. When he fell off the bed, the hard part for me was to get him back onto the bed, which I've tried multiple times. One time I just had the strength to just literally just throw him onto the bed. He just got back on the bed. How you take care of a person is how you take care of a person. How you treat a person is how you treat a person, yes. But Umar being the way he is, no, I don't see him as being a bad person. I don't see him being a great person. I see him being a good person. Everybody has their flaws. Everybody has their coding mechanisms. But to say that he's a bad person, no, I ain't going for that. No. As much as he's done for a lot of people, as much as he's done for the black community as a whole, he may have done what you expect. No, first of all, you should be able to do something for yourself for the time being. That's first and foremost. Do your research. Go get a job. Get your money up and try to be independent. But just to have one person, haven't we learned our lesson already? I don't mean to rant, but as a black person, as a black community, haven't we learned the lessons already from different communities and different leaders? Haven't we learned a lesson already that certain things If they're going to work, they're going to have to work to our detriment. We're going to have to be independent. We can't just depend on another. Martin Luther King is gone. Malcolm X is gone. Medgar Evers is gone. They're gone. Even I don't even consider her leader, so to speak, but I might as well put her in that category. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She's gone. All of our leaders are gone. It is time to pick up the pieces where they left off. It's time for us to be independent and not so dependent. The only people that should be dependent are our children. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my earbud went out.
A check engine light, you naturally might ask them, what, to diagnose the problem. And he didn't have no words for me. So I was like, then this is pointless for me. Even this is kind of what solidified he was not husband material. So I'm like, oh yeah, then that's cool. We could live together.
Just because he didn't know how to vet a car, I know how to. I'm limited on how to fix a car. I could change a tire. I could change a spark plug, kind of, sort of, depending on what car it is. Nowadays, everything's going on electric. But can I fix my wife's car? Not really. I can change a tire. Hell, I can change brake pads and rotors. I just need the tools for it. But to fix the engine, no. So I don't know where that came from.
On a roommate situation, because my son he's in his teen and he was going to his dad's. I said, yeah, we could live together on a roommate.
With the mother, or are you saying that they want to, but Umar won't let them?
I think he's using her as a pawn. The same way he claimed that those baby mothers were doing his kids, he's doing that with the mother. Because why can't you tap in with any of the children to get help with taking care of her,
That's not a question. He had already told you the reason. Go back to I think it was IG. Go back to his IG and listen to his IG on how baby Smurf, mother Smurf and vegan and baby and mother vegan. That's mother vegan is number 2. Mother Smurf is number 1. I want you to look at those two and listen for yourself. I mean, the mother won't come out for obvious reasons, but the mom won't come out, but the daughter would. I'm not listening to the daughter because obviously you made a fucking fool of yourself, but I digress. But the mother hasn't came out and said anything, and he proclaims to have white man paperwork. And so I'm going to let that lie where it is right now because that's none of my business. That's none of my business. And it's none of your business either. But what she said at being at the age of 23 and cussing him out the way she did on Father's Day? No. Getting into fist fights, taping yourself fighting another person. You want the attention very badly. You didn't want that attention when you were 10 years old, but yet you want the attention now. In my opinion, you need professional help. And that's to Anissa. And no disrespect to Anissa, you need professional help. You do. And not only, but you need your dad. You need your dad. You really do need your dad.
And why hasn't the family come forth about it?
Do you have plane ticket proof that you can send me?
Yeah.
Okay. What about hotel receipts? Anything like that?
Oh yeah. Okay. He knows I got I got a lot of proof on Oh, Umar Johnson. I think that's probably what stalls him out on me.
Now, did you ever see Umar use any substances, like illegal substances or controlled substances, or any alcohol?
No, he is too paranoid for for that. But I do know he wanted me up out of them spaces real quick. Like, you don't have no time. I could barely get my shoes on. He wanted.
What? See what I mean? Trying to get him on something. I don't know. Let me ask you a question. Do you know any famous crackheads out there? Do you know any winos who are geniuses? Do you know any? So what he's trying to say is, and what he's been trying to say, and what he's trying to prove him being on is drugs, cocaine, whatever. All because he snorts like I snort, like my son, he and my nephew. My nephew usually does. I mean, my brother does that whenever they get stuffed up because we have allergies. That's all that is allergies. But I'm gonna play this for a few minutes and I'm gonna let this rock because this is fake.
Me out of those spaces very quick, but only to meet up with me later on that. So it's not me. You know what I'm saying? It was he needed me. I don't know if he. I don't know what his thing is, but I know that his behavior is erratic. It's manic. It's not normal. And even
It's erratic, it's matic, it's erratic, and it's not normal. Who's used to saying those lines? This guy. He doesn't have normal behavior. Who's used to saying those lines? Hmm. I do believe that this thing is all scripted. Very fucking scripted. It's all scripted. I mean, you can go back and you can play the rest of your life, but this shit is unplayable. This shit is very unplayable. But you have crossed the line. You've crossed the line, and if it were up to me, you would pay for it dearly. You would. There's people in the past often tell me there's nothing you can do about it, but I can have a place, I can have hands on it, but that would be up to Umar. Umar, just let me say the word. Just give me the word, and I can just put it out there. Lenon is getting sued. Lenon is getting subpoenaed. Lenon is this. Lenon is that. Give me the word, and I would do it. Until I hear back from him, because obviously he doesn't listen anymore about what people think about him talking about Lenon Honor. But Umar don't know you. Again, he doesn't know you. He doesn't want to know you. He doesn't. But what you're doing is so damn crazy. It's just straight crazy. But now let me get into this other thing. And oh, by the way, before I forget, yes, an update on the Carmelo Anthony case. You know, the same Carmelo Anthony that deleted deleted on self-defense Austin Metcalf. He's been charged with first-degree murder, but he's been indicted. He has been charged with first-degree murder. Just giving you a bit of an update. He has been charged yet again with first-degree murder, and people say that they have evidence of Carmelo Anthony being aggressive with Metcalf, which is not true because the video that was there, and thanks once again to Information Man, the video was very blurry. Nobody could see anything in that video. So in the upcoming weeks, and by the way, he's doubling down on the self-defense, talking about our brother Carmelo Anthony, and there are still some stupid ass fools out there who proclaim, and it's a shame it's us, that Mr. Carmelo Anthony is guilty within charge. I just guess they say that we're not doing this fight no more with Pacific black people because we're trying to get along with people within our community, whether it be black, white, and otherwise. Well, why aren't you doing this for the immigrants, the Mexicans, the Hispanics within the community that are being sent back to their countries by Donald Trump? Why aren't you doing that? Oh, too much like right. But anyway, like I said, Carmelo Anthony, they came out with a little bit of a snippet, and it was basically a blur. But in the upcoming weeks, the trial will commence. There will be no videotaping in there, and the jury of his peers will ultimately decide his fate, whether it be 5 to 25 years in prison, or they'll dumb it down to manslaughter, which it will be 3 to 10 years in prison. I would say that, and he has to prove beyond shadow of a doubt this was self-defense. I would say give him 10 years probation. He's still on house arrest, and he still has to contact his probation officer to go anywhere 10 yards near his home. So I just thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update. Now, to go to this next little clip, because like I said, these, let me see, let me see, let me check this out. I don't know why I did that. Don't want that either. I don't even know. Oh, yes. I almost forgot. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So, where did I see? Let's go back up. No. Oh, I know where I put it. Let's go all the way down here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. This is talking about his behavior. Oh my God. Talk about his fucking behavior. Let's see. Lenon got issues, bro. Lenon got straight up issues. What he need to do is cut the back of that head. That's what he needs to do. You don't have to keep saving that head, boy. You don't have to keep saving that head. Just cut the rest of that hair off, bro. You'll be totally fine. You will be totally fine, my guy. Let me go to my history real quick. Yeah, Mr. Anthony he's gonna be facing some shit, but we're gonna wait on it. We're gonna wait on it, and hopefully he has some good team of defense lawyers to help him get through this. But if he can't prove anything, and it's like and the jury needs to be quite even, black and white. There should be six jurors, 12 jurors, 12 jurors, six black, six white. And in the state of Texas, even with that, I don't trust the state of Texas. I do not trust the state of Texas. Let's just have some fun with this, shall we? Let's just have some fun with this. Here we go. Very good.
A special guest.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's gonna be classic.
Okay. You are fitting all over the place.
welcome to Flip the Script.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Do you wanna,
Please, tell us about your first encounters with Flip the Script. How'd you hear about us?
Umar?
bring us to the beginning. Childhood, where you was born. Tell us about your parents.
See, Umar wasn't raised right.
I know you're gonna jump right into it. We want to know about you first. Can we know about you, or you want to just?
Umar, he's a trip, isn't he?
To me, he's a cocky guy. I can't believe this guy is so cocky like that. I think it's funny.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on.
He has kept his word to me so far.
Umar Johnson is a habitual failure.
I don't want people to think, because I had conversations, that I agree with anything that he did.
He don't have a house. He don't have his own car. He don't pay child support. What the fuck y'all think is going on?
What?
You living off your wife's income. What's the difference?
How you like this?
Umar Johnson has consistently and abusively treated black women in disparaging ways for over a decade.
I understand your passion. I do.
He's a dope fiend.
But in today's society, that's just what happened.
Stop this bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. Just making excuses for shit.
Look, do I agree with it? No. Told him myself I don't agree with that. I asked him a lot of personal questions, and he answered me truthfully.
He's such a liar. You can't trust anything that he says. He's out here collecting millions of dollars of black people's money under the guise that he's going to open up a school for all black boys. He's not opening up no school. There ain't no renovation.
You stole the money from the black community yourself by using your kids as a crutch. But let me not get into that.
Where's that money going?
That was a big thing 2 years ago. Yeah. You know what you talk about? It was.
That's actually 2 years and 3 months since he acquired the trap banners, and he's still saying the same shit that he said in that February of 2019. It's the same shit. His drug of choice is cocaine. There's other stuff too, but his drug of choice is cocaine.
Not saying I agree with it and not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that from where I grew up and seeing, these guys are idols. Not saying it's right. I never said it's right.
But Umar is a misogynist. I done studied this guy.
We can feel the passion. That's our job, is to allow you to talk and get it out.
Umar does have some very specific narcissistic traits. I've heard that.
I guess that's how you...
Umar Johnson.
If he says it again, you're gonna get it.
No. Yeah. Let me get back on target here. So, what I was getting at was Umar Johnson.
He did.
He cool, man.
He's not cool. He's not cool. What's wrong with you? I get it. Listen to these things, and you read the comments in your clip, because believe it or not,
Umar he's perverted. He's a sick individual. He really is. And he's a predator.
Come on, man. Dude.
I'm not here to blame anybody.
He said he didn't know where you got the information from.
I'm researching this. I know so much shit about this guy.
We got to be sure that this information is right.
If there was an expert I'm an expert on this clown.
That's what I want to know. Yeah, thank you. I just want to keep it real. Yeah. I want you to hear this from my mouth to your ears. I understand your standpoint. There's not one time that I don't understand what you're saying or how people should look at things.
He's a scammer. That's what he is.
We've been hearing stories, man.
This is the same man who, in my opinion, this is the same man that Umar has to be worried about this guy. We're talking about the same man who tried to come after Corey Holcomb. The same man who would try to come after Tariq Nasheed. But he's taking walks in the parks and talking about insects and shit. He's talking about insects and plants and shit. And who am I supposed to be worried about this motherfucker?
My childhood experience, it was almost like a gift. The whole situation of me being born early and being in an incubator, and I couldn't even hear early on, that had a big impact on how I perceive sound. Because when you can't hear, you have to develop other senses and different levels. And so for me, I had to develop sight at an early age on a different level than if I was able to hear, because I would have to literally hear sound with my eyes because I couldn't hear and because I couldn't hear, I really couldn't talk that well. So when we talk about like mental projection and talking to animals or talking to plants, all that had to be developed on a certain kind of level because I couldn't hear. And I didn't think about that while as a child, but now when I think about it now, I understand the significance of all those things. That was all the gift. Through all of that, I was able to really be given a gift and different gifts that have allowed me to see things in a certain kind of way. So I pay honor and respect to that. So part of it, what is encoded in my DNA, in my blood, and so forth, and in my body itself. But there's something else that I want to share with people like right now, and this is something I've only shared with like maybe 2 people, and I just told my wife, and maybe like, I perceive sound differently than most people. As a musician, we're trained to do that anyway, but sound in and of itself has information encoded in it. That's to say that if I take the flute and I play one note, that one note, and just one note, and people will feel, wait a minute, there's love there. If you're receptive, you feel. I can also play the same note and project fear, and people hear the same exact note, but they also perceive that fear as well. So sound in and of itself has information in it that impacts people from early childhood. And people can just open your hearts to this as a possibility, because I know it may seem it may be strange to some people. From early childhood, I would get this. There would be a, and it would in turn, it's okay, that I'm just coming out of the blue. I might be playing with some toys and I hear this tone, and I'll just go about my business, and it would stop. Later on in life, the same thing. You hear this tone, and then it would stop. Sometimes it'd be long, right?
Pause. You went from talking about insects, hearing sound waves from your eyeballs, hearing sound waves from your oh shit. Okay. All right. You're hearing sounds from your eyeballs. I don't have any ears, but I can definitely listen to sound waves from my eyeballs. And I'm supposed to take you serious. Anybody supposed he went from that to seeing what AAS is doing, and you decided to join that fraction just to be where you are today. You decided to join AWA, whatever they call themselves in the old Umar sector. I think it was AFWs. They call themselves the AFWs or some shit. So you failed at happiness. You damn near failed at marriage. You failed at being a musical genius, which you're not a musical genius at all. You talk about dudes. Yeah, that part. And then what's up with this white? You know what? What you do in your personal business is your business. I ain't want to know your business. Something about some white guy that Steven exposed, but I don't know. I don't even live in that world anymore. The Umar sector is done. It has no validity. It has no life to it. No life at all. So I don't even go there anymore. But sometimes I stop by and I say hi. But other than that, it's like you literally took this because you were a failure and everything, and so you tried to expose certain people, and Jay Morrison was one of them. Jay Morrison, Jay Master Flash, or whatever he calls himself. Everybody is on this. Uh, what's the brother's name with the muscles? I don't know. I forgot his name. Um, something Jackson, something Jackson, whatever. Tried to expose him. Tried to expose Corey Holcomb. You got him out. You took your lesson from that one, boss. And now this whole Umar thing. You've been sticking with it and sticking with it because you didn't think that Umar was capable of showing up, right? He's, don't fuck with my family. Don't fuck with my family. We heard you. We heard you, dog. We heard you, dog. You wouldn't hurt a fucking fly, bro. This punk motherfucker right here wouldn't hurt a fly. He wouldn't hurt a fly at all. You failed to do what you do. We have evidence on you, but you want to keep this cycle going because you financially don't know how to take care of yourself. You can't even get. Did you even do something with that computer degree? Did you even do something with that? Because all you're doing is you just making a whole bunch of noise. We don't know what it is that you do for a living. Can you provide proof what you do for a living? Can you provide a wedding ring, my nigga? Can you provide anything other than the fact that you are so obsessed, like literally obsessed? You love yourself some Umar. You love yourself some Umar. That shit that you did was just fake, bro. It was just straight fake. You paid somebody to do this shit with your little coin purse. You paid somebody to come up on there, and they may or may not know where Umar lives, but even if that were the case with that lady, she would have been prosecuted. But then again, Umar does what Umar does. He has to pay the price. He literally has to pay the price because instead of venting the woman that you bring in, and she didn't want to even take care of your mother, and if that's the case, then the lady herself should have just said no to you, no to Umar, and send her back her way. No problem, no harm, no foul. But for the fact that you chose to take care of his mother, that is on you. And who are you in a position to tell Umar what to do, what to say, what to buy? This ain't your money. He the one that put you up in the hotel. He the one that fed your punk ass. He the one that did all this shit. Oh, he was being rude to me. Oh, he was being so rude. His attitude is so nasty, but yet his attention towards his mother is greater than anything. That makes a lot of sense. So,
it's just sound. Even my voice is really just sound, but there's information encoded inside what I'm saying, right? So a single tone has information encoded in it, and I'll explain to people why that's significant. So for a long time, I never understood like what that was about. Like it didn't make any sense to me. Like all of a sudden you hear a tone, like what's going
I can't hear anymore. I can't not hear anymore because it sounds so startup-ish. And believe me, I used to do the exact same thing. I made this a hobby years ago, back in 2010. I made this a hobby. This is a hobby still to this day. And I ended up making videos about Umar later on or earlier on because I just feel that him, Professor Griff, and Dr. Claude Anderson, and even Dr. Francis Cross Wilson at the time were good peoples to talk about. You know what I mean? And even Taj Tariq Bey. I even made a couple videos about Taj Tariq Bey back then. And what done it for what broke the internet was this gender war shit. Gender war, Kevin Samuels. If you're not doing, let's just tell you, I'm gonna tell you the secret formula how to get up real quick. If you are if you want to be a YouTuber, all you have to do is do the whole gender war bit. You in there. You're gonna get um, you're gonna get money. You're gonna get money. You're gonna get I forgot what the word was, but you're gonna get money. You're gonna get clicks. You're gonna get views. You're gonna be able to get those memberships sooner than later. You're going to get it because all you had to do was talk about the very few things: gender war, women ain't shit. Even do videos on the the balloon the pop the balloon videos. You can do pop the balloon videos if you're good at that. If you're good at doing some type of news events, that'll be just fine. All you have to do is just watch them, play the videos back, do your own commentating for that, or you can just act the damn donkey online and just start talking shit to people. That's all you have to do is if you want to be on the come up. That's all you have to do. That's mainly all you have to do. Just do a whole video on gender wars and let that stretch out. Let that stretch out thin, and then do something else, and then later on come back right to it. Just come back right to it. And then what make you be in the bonus is that you go on different live streams. You go on other people's live streams, go up on the panel, and then of course talk your shit. That's what makes money today. That's what makes you recognizable. That's what makes you known. That's what makes you successful. Like this bum here, what's making him successful is doing a whole bunch of Umar videos, being that damn aggressive. You gotta be aggressive, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. You'll be fine. You'll be just fine, and the people will listen to you because people have hatred in their heart for a person they have not known. Right? It's the same thing with women. You don't know the person, but yes, she's a bitch, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that. She's got a body count on her, this and that, and this and that. Same thing with a nigga. Niggas ain't shit. All they do is sit on their mama's couch. You know, they got a low sperm count. They don't know how to keep a job. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you are doing. And people will definitely subscribe to your channel. And you'll be monetized soon enough. You will definitely be monetized, and people will like you, and people will respect you, all because you are in line with the shit that you say and shit that other people say. But once you swoop off or to the left or to the right, those views are going to go down. The views are going to go down. People are not going to watch you anymore. It's just dumb shit. It is just dumb shit. Just dumb shit. So, with that being said, I'm going to go to something a little bit bonusy. I didn't know Tyler Perry was in this much trouble. But when you've been doing this for quite some time, you've been homeless, you have, you know, begged people for money, so on and so forth. You've done shit you've done scripts out of the back of your car. Finally, you make a movie. You're dressing up in all these dresses and playing, you know, the whole Medea thing, and that shit takes a toll on you. After a while, you have fame, you have fortune. You're a fucking billionaire. After 20 years, you are finally a billionaire. But at what cost? Now Tyler Perry finds himself in the same breath, as Smokey Robinson, in the same breath as Shannon Sharp, and that's the same breath as R. Kelly. And they tried to kill him in prison. Notice that all these people who are in prison mysteriously end up dead, or certain peoples are mysteriously ended up dead. Ain't this crazy? All these people are mysteriously ended up dead, and why? So what's Tyler Perry up to? Let me see. This is crazy shit right here.
Goes to the BET Awards. He gives a speech, and he's an excellent orator, by the way. I'm an orator. I study oratory. Tyler Perry could have been a pastor or community activist. He's a very good speaker, very good public speaker. He says that I've made more millionaires than every other studio in this city combined. That's what he said. And don't you know, I don't know if it was the next day, but it was definitely the same week. All of a sudden, he gets hit with a $260 million lawsuit from Derek Dixon, who met Tyler Perry in 2019 as an employee of an event company. So he was working at one of the events that Tyler Perry contracted this event company to come to and host. He met Tyler Perry there. Tyler Perry invited him to audition for an upcoming show called Ruthless. Later on, Tyler Perry tells him, allegedly, according to Derek Dixon's attorney, Tyler Perry told him, I can change your life. Stick with me, I could change your whole life. He then invites him to audition for a role on The Oval, Tyler Perry series The Oval. Derek Dixon stars in 85 episodes of The Oval between 2020 or 2021 until 2024, 2025. In January of 2020, Art, right before COVID, Tyler Perry
Texas, allegedly, texts Derek Dixon and says, among other things, I can't remember the last time I had really good sex. Now, as a heterosexual male, if another man sends me a text telling me he can't remember the last time he had good sex, I already know that that ain't somebody I need to be around alone, because he clearly got the wrong idea about me. In fact, I'm gonna have to let him know. In the future, fam, I don't need to know about your sex life. So Tyler Perry texts him this. He can't remember the last time he had great sex. And then he invites Derek Dixon to his house. Derek Dixon goes to Tyler Perry's house in Georgia. He says, allegedly, according to the criminal complaint or the civil suit, he says Tyler Perry gave him some drinks. They were talking. He started to feel a little tipsy. It got late. Tyler Perry tells Derek, it's a little too late for you to drive home tonight. You've been drinking. I have a guest bedroom. Come and stay in my guest bedroom. Derek Dixon goes to the guest bedroom. He's tired. He's been drinking. He's ready to get some sleep. He says he lays down. And at some point, Tyler Perry comes into his room, slips into the bed behind him, and start rubbing the inside of his thigh. Now, Art, he don't leave. He don't punch him. He don't get dressed and call a Uber or get in his car and get up out of there. In fact, he goes back to work like nothing happened. You could have sued him right there. But he says, and this is where I think Tyler Perry has some room to stand and defend himself. Derek repeatedly alleges that he was concerned about his job and his career. Well, if you're concerned about your job and your career, and this black man is sexually harassing you, why not turn him in? Why isn't your manhood or your self-respect, even if you're homosexual, if this man is sexually assaulting you, because you can be sexually assaulted as a homosexual as well, why not turn him in? Why are you saying I put up with it for the sake of the job? To me, you are collaborating and voluntarily participating in this, because you could have ended this a long time ago. So anyway, Art, he says that Tyler Perry, throughout this whole relationship of 2020 to 2024, is grabbing his butt cheeks. He says one day Tyler Perry comes into his trailer, grabs him violently by the neck, grabs his butt. Then he says a couple months later, there was another incident. Then the following year, in June of 2021, he says Tyler Perry pulled his underwear down, Art. Help me out. Help me out. If this man allegedly pulled your underwear down and grabbed your ass cheeks, why are you not going to a lawyer or go to the billionaire? He's a billionaire. Why are you hanging around? He says Tyler Perry coerced him, Art. Coerced him into accepting the sexual exploitation because Tyler Perry promised his own show. Tyler Perry promised him career advancement. He allegedly, Tyler Perry was going to provide him with career advancement opportunities. So he says he felt like he had to endure this sexual harassment so it wouldn't mess up his options.
Sorry about that, y'all. Had to handle some business. How many of you think that or know that Tyler Perry might be a little flamboyant on the flamboyant side? That's his business. He's a billionaire. He can do whatever he wanted to. I mean, he can send plenty of congregations to TD Jakes if he wants. He is going to have to meet his maker at some point. He has helped abundance of people when they needed help. I will give him that. I will give Tyler Perry. He is a good person in a way, but this is kind of suspectish because, like I said, the dress. How can I put this? The dress is a symbolism. It's very. It can be very spiritual in a very negative way because with that dress says something about you. When you've been doing it for quite some time, I don't care if you've been acting or not. It just resonates with some people. And by the looks of it, by the blogs, what's been going on, you're starting to. I mean, it. You haven't leaned that way. You're leaning that way, bruh. And I've had enough of your movies to last me a lifetime. Don't get me wrong. I haven't even seen this last movie with Taraji P. Henson. And Taraji P. Henson is a great actor. Loved her in Empire. Loved her as Cookie in Empire. She reminds me of my mother, although she would never do any of that other crazy shit. But anyway, yeah. If you lean that way, you lean that way, bruh. But I mean, let the world know. And in about a couple of weeks, I mean, they'll just forget about it. And be like, okay, Tyler Perry, he's kind of sassy. You know what I'm saying? He's been like that his whole entire life. After all, he's been in an abusive house. He's been in a sexually abusive household, allegedly. Allegedly, he's been in an abusive household. So I can definitely understand. Blessings, my dear. Blessings. How you been? I can definitely understand where you're coming from. But things come back to haunt you. Things come back to bite you in your asshole. Pause.
As far as I'm concerned, that means you volunteered for it. You volunteered for it. You were willing to accept it because you thought you would get something out of it. Then he says, Art, around June of 2024, Derek Dixon comes to his senses and he decides that Tyler Perry has been lying to me this entire 4.5-year relationship. He's been lying from 2020 to June of 2021. That's 4.5. He's been lying. So to his realization that he'd been lying, he decided to own up. He said Tyler Perry told him he had to take an unpaid medical leave. That's when he got with his lawyer, and that's when he decided to sue. Here's where I'm at. Same mistake as Smokey, same mistake as Shannon. Tyler Perry wasn't taking care of him. Allegedly, Art, because Tyler Perry to any of these crimes. So I'm saying alleged this man is saying is true. Tyler Perry made the same mistake as Smokey Robinson, Shannon Sharpe, and so many other black men dating non-black people. You didn't take care of him. From and then when he got upset with he went $1,000 an episode. However that go, don't quote me. But initially he was only getting about 10 grand. Here we go again, Art. Smokey Robinson. If you want these women to be your girl toys, Tyler Perry, allegedly, if you want Derek Dixon to be your boy toy, $10,000 an episode for a billionaire is not going to cut it. I believe, Art, that Derek Dixon, who claims he never had intercourse with Tyler, that's going to be a big thing, Art. Because when I was reading the civil complaint,
this is just disgusting. This is fucking disgusting, but that's what happens in Hollywood. You get your ducks in a row. You do your screening. You get your 6x9. You're screening your blue screen or green screen, whatever. How do I know if I've been through the green screen testing before? But I've never gotten on the casting couch. Never, ever, ever, ever. I looked at one particular script, and this was degrading. I said, nah, this ain't for me, bro. So I hopped on out of there, got a second chance, because this is what happens. They make you pay so much money per month for them to find you work. You pay so much money per month for these agencies to find you work. And then once you get a call, they interview you, you end up going down to the vicinity and they interview you, right? And then you do all the test screening and everything. Or you go to like the underground circuit and then you go on from there. You might you might do something, or you may not do anything at all. Because this is just how, certain agencies do this. This is how certain agencies do it. With the whole Tyler Perry situation, yes, he'll give you screen time. He'll even give you a little extra money on the side. But in certain cases and purposes, if you found your way into millionaire status, that's when the sacrifices come in, my friend. And those sacrifices are no fucking joke. It's like Jacob Fatu, sorry for the wrestling reference. You get in where you fit in. You either get down or you lay down. You know what I mean? So that's in the range of Tyler Perry. This is why Monique is doing B and C listed videos. She was in the B and A videos. I mean, the only A video that she ever did was Precious. And how degrading that was, it was very, very sick. Very, very dark, very, very sinister. But this is what Tyler Perry does. He brings all these things to the forefront.
It doesn't appear that Derek Dixon ever admitted to having any type of relation with Tyler Perry. 4.5 years, I wonder if that's true. Because if Tyler Perry can prove, allegedly, that him and Derek Dixon engaged in any type of consensual sexual exchange, I think this case can be thrown out. I think the argument can be made that you was engaged in consensual relations with Mr. Perry, and because you didn't get what you wanted to out of this Gabrielle Zuniga and Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, Jane Doe 3, and Jane Doe 4 for Smokey Robinson, you decided to try to exploit him in the courts for money because you know he's wealthy. So if Tyler can prove that any of this was consensual, I think this case can get thrown out. Why? Because you was around this man for 4.5 years, Art, almost 5 years, and you never did anything about his sexual advancements. Pulling your pants down, grabbing your booty, asking you if you like to be a top or a bottom, asking you about your relations with other men, saying he jealous seeing you around other men. There was too much harassment, allegedly, for you to have not done nothing in nearly 5 years. So if Tyler Perry can prove that they had relations, Art, I think this gets thrown out. Now, if Tyler Perry can't prove that, here's where I stand on this suit. First of all, $260 million is ridiculous. That's number one. But number two, Art, I believe that Derek Dixon would have become Tyler Perry's lover if Tyler Perry gave him what he wanted. If Tyler Perry would have gave him his own show, I think he becomes his lover. Because
this is where I argue with you about this one. Just because you give somebody something, doesn't necessarily mean they can still turn your ass in. It's best that you don't deal with them at all. But This is Hollywood. This is not anything else. But I digress.
According to Derek Dixon, Tyler Perry allegedly told him that he wants a male lover who will keep quiet and not become emotional to get emotionally involved in a relationship. So I'm looking for somebody I can smash and dash who keep their mouth shut and don't get all emotional with me because I ain't got time for that. So basically, he kind of wanted a boy toy. Derek Dixon doesn't seem like he really made it clear that he was going to be that. Here's where I think Tyler Perry messed up. He didn't take. He was not going to be no cheap hoe. That's like, are you dating a woman and a woman says you ain't getting these panties until you buy me a car, and you keep trying to get the panties. You keep trying to get the panties. She said, I'm not giving you no panties until you buy me a car. You buy her the car. You Derek Dixon was not a cheap hoe art. Tyler Perry didn't keep his end of the bargain, so he never let him smash. He never let him smash, period. Tyler Perry thought he was going to get him before he fulfilled his part of the bargain. Derek Dixon
And then you're getting Negroes that come in there that say, well, black women are just as worse as the white women because all they want is, they don't want somebody that works at Burger King. They don't want somebody who works at the grocery store. They only want these high value men. Testing, HIV testing. Testing. 1, 2. Okay, we got that settled. All right. Good. The video has no sound. Well, my dear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just start with this. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to come into it. You're not gonna just slide on into an industry, right? Without getting your ass arranged. I'm just saying. You gotta come out and say it. You are not gonna come into an industry making millions and millions of dollars and not get your ass arranged. That's just it. And the only reason why they've been doing that for many, many years, right, is because when they write your check, they write your check with the intention to tell you, we own you. You can't go around just in case you want to be bold with it. We're gonna humiliate you so bad that you wouldn't be able to show your face this is any industry. It's not just in the industry. It's in publicity too. It's in politics. It's into politics. Jasmine Crockett, I don't believe this to be true, but if it's true, then so be it. She ended up quitting the Democratic Party because of what? Politics. Everything is political. Just like the agency, just like Hollywood, everything is political. You can't make noise. If you're gonna make noise, you're gonna make noise with those people that we don't particularly care about. If you want to make money, if you want to be famous, you can't do both. You can't be a millionaire and be an activist at the same time. You can be an activist, but what type of activist are you being? It's the same shit. Same shit. Same fucking shit. So you have to be either or. You have to be. It's just like they're saying they're making the excuse. It's like being a superhero, but you're being a criminal. It's like being Robin Hood. You're anti superhero because you're stealing from bad guys to give to the people. That's all that shit is. The Tyler Perry situation will make you a billionaire, but your ass still belongs to me. And they've proven that over time that Tyler Perry is Hollywood's bitch. It's been that way since the beginning of time. This is the reason why I respect Corey Holcomb. Because he don't feed into all of that. He's not a millionaire, but he makes money because of his talent. He's a very, very talented comedian. And he's been through the Hollywood circuit before. There are realms to Hollywood. You can do voice acting. You can do screenshot. You can do screenshots. You can do anything you want in Hollywood. Just don't get caught when they pick you to get in that certain spot. Like, for example, Marvel. With this whole thing about, let me put myself on the big screen. With this whole thing about Ironheart. People don't like the movie because it's being written, it's being scripted by God knows who. I didn't even watch the damn thing, but people just hate her just because she's her. And they're so used to kissing the back of, Robert Downey Jr.'s ass that they see this, and it's on, I believe it's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. Ironheart is on Netflix. And nobody familiarizes themselves with somebody who is low tier, but they don't mind watching Iron Fist. Iron Fist is known. The dude that's playing Iron Fist, he's a douchebag. He's a douchebag. I would rather have like Scott Adkins or somebody like that play this particular role, but I don't know. Anybody with blonde hair could play this mother. But finding out later on, this is what happens in Hollywood. This is what mainly happens. Now, if you were with the Tyler Perry, and believe me, I've gotten text messages from agencies asking if you want to do a Zoom interview, see how well your acting skills are. I've turned that down. Is number one, I'll probably have to fly I'll probably have to drive or fly somewhere, which I don't particularly mind, but what would they want me to do? I don't know. I've done it, and I've tried to do the whole acting thing. It don't work. I'm not going to portray myself to be anything. I mean, one day I might give it a shot. One day, because you can be my age and still pull it off, right? You can be my age and still pull it off. And, the House of Pain, it's still making money. It's still making money, or feels it's still getting reviews, but it's still the same old Tyler Perry shit. Still the same old Tyler Perry shit. I mean, they come with the gospel on this one. But with that gospel comes a contradiction, because you're telling females that they're crackheads, that they're prostitutes, and they're this and they're that. And of course, it comes to the men, and you have men in no t-shirts. It's the same Tyler Perry trick. Come on, either that, or you're doing what in the movie Precious, Gabrielle somebody. Well, you're doing the same thing as what Precious did. And that's letting the mom molest the daughter. That's particular Tyler Perry shit. And all of a sudden, her and the mother and the father have both mother and the father have both HIV from the father. Tyler Perry shit. So I'm not gonna put myself in that position. Now, if it were like, say, one of those soap opera roles, I might put myself in that. But then again, my awareness, you have to be aware of some shit that you just want to slide into, because the shit gets ridiculous after a while. Trust me, I know. I've done it. I've done it already, and the shit does not work out for me.
Tyler Perry does to get his lovers. He claimed that there's other men who have worked for Tyler Perry Studios who have been fired because they did not consent fully to Tyler Perry's.
I might have to do this. I might have to just put another one up. Oh, no, I ain't gonna even bother to play that. I'm done with Lenon for right now, because like I said, it's a grift. It's a whole goddamn grift. I mean, what the hell is going on over there at Trish World? Go ahead and subscribe to Shish Trish. Go ahead and subscribe to Shish Trish. That's my homie. What has she been up to? Oh wait, I know what the problem is.
So the Warrior is
force young, struggling actors into unwanted sexual relationships. I believe he led Tyler Perry on hoping he would get a show. I believe Tyler Perry was never interested in giving him a show. I think he found out Tyler Perry was playing games, and because he's white and still a racist, and Tyler Perry is still black, although a billionaire, and he decided to show Tyler Perry who's really in charge. And this is why I say, Art, it don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter how much power you have. Whenever you're dealing with a white woman or a white man, they still have more power than you. Tyler Perry's a billionaire. Derek Dixon might have been struggling, but Art, Derek Dixon has the power of justice. He got the full civil court behind him. Perry's billions will be neutralized by them. They were playing each other. He was stringing Tyler Perry along long enough to get his allegedly. I'm not gonna get no show. So Tyler Perry expected him to walk away, Art. He thinking he just gonna walk away. Why would he just walk away when you a billionaire? He gonna embarrass you and he gonna exploit you, because at the end of the day, you ain't nothing but a nigga to him, and you supposed to know your place even as a billionaire. When a white person throws a temper tantrum at a black person, you better get ready. That's why it does not benefit us outside of our race, Art, because you take many hits. Look at Smokey. Look at Smokey. Look at Shannon. And now a rainbow bunny coming for his bag. 260 mils. I don't think it's it, because again, for me, if they're being honest, you volunteered for this, bro. 5 years, you didn't do nothing, no lawsuits, no complaints, no nothing. I'm sorry, he did finally file a complaint against Tyler Perry with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. He did, Art. But I don't think that was until 2024 when he decided to take leave. But at the end of the real thing. I mean, this man texted you and said he can't remember the last time he had good sex, and you're going to go over his house alone and stay the night. He was teasing him on. Both of them were using each other. This was a co-exploitation.
This is some nasty work. This is some nasty work right here, bro. This is some nasty work. Listen, I still have Tyler Perry videos, right? Even if he were gay, I still would look at his movies, because some of his movies at the time were pretty good. It's just that now it's the same thing. What was Tyler Perry's last movie? Let me Tyler Perry's movies. What was Tyler Perry's last movie that he made? Straw. Some damn movie played by Taraji P. Henson. Some damn movie that and you're free to come up here if you want. Some damn movie that Taraji P. Henson starred in, where again Tyler Perry shit. The mother's mother's struggling trying to keep a job. She ended up getting fired. She got evicted, got on welfare, got in trouble with the police, people are trying to attack her, people are trying to kill her. She goes to her boss and tries to get an advancement. Yeah, straws. She tried to get into an advancement, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's the same thing. And all of a sudden she becomes the hero. I didn't even watch the show. It's the same thing now. It was cool when I saw Sinbad. He gave Sinbad. Now Sinbad, I love that brother with all my heart, man. He's from where I'm from. Got a stroke. Came out of that, came out hard, right? Tyler Perry got him a job. He's not Sinbad is not the same as he was because that stroke nearly killed him. Shit, which reminds me, I gotta look out for my health. But Tyler Perry, like I said, Tyler Perry got him, you know, and when he acted, you know, like he wasn't himself, but I do appreciate. Again, I'm not saying that Tyler Perry's not a good guy. I'm just saying he has some weird ass tendencies. You know what I mean? And some of those tendencies is coming back to bite him in the ass because apparently there's some white boy out there that he's allegedly snorting up with, if you know what I mean, wants $240 million out of him. We all heard the news. We all heard the blogs. This is it. This is the thing. Same thing with Shannon Sharp. Homegirl wanted $250,000 for each cheek, and this dumb nigga, oh, you will submit to me. I was like, nah, Smokey Rock. I didn't. Oh, they got Smokey. Smokey's 80 years old. What the hell that one with Smokey? Bill Cosby, the list goes, Cuba Gooding Jr., the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And all these are millionaires. Like, why can't we form our own damn Hollywood? Just ask me that. Answer me that. Why can't we just form our own Hollywood?
Tyler Perry allegedly wanted booty. Derek Dixon allegedly wanted his own show. The only problem, Art, is what? The only person who has something to lose was Tyler Perry. Smokey Robinson. The only person who has something to lose was Smokey Robinson. Shannon Sharp. The only person who has something to lose was Shannon Sharp. Gabrielle Zuniga was her OnlyFans model. Stop dating women outside your race. And if you're going to date women outside your race, make sure, Art, they have as much to lose as you do.
Yep.
Tyler Perry should have found him if he's into that. I'm not going to say the man is homosexual. If he is bisexual, he should have found somebody who has as much to lose as he does in the entertainment world, and he would have avoided all this. They dating down, Art. They are dating down, thinking they're going to drop these people when they tired of messing with them. It ain't going to happen. You worth too much. Because at the end of the day, every black person in this country, Art, is nothing more than an opportunity and a tool. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care how much money you have. Black people were brought here as objects to be exploited, and we are still objects to be exploited. And the minute you forget that you're nothing but an object or an opportunity to Gabrielle Zuniga, for Mexican immigrants, okay, or to Tyler Perry, in the case of Derek Dixon, they're going to remind you who you are, and they're going to remind you who they are.
The texts we see online, them real texts, right? The ones that leaked online from the lawsuit?
No, I believe they real. I believe they real because in the lawsuit, they have some of the text messages listed. Now, here's the interesting thing, though, Art. Smokey Robinson is countersuing. Fat Joe is countersuing. Who else did we talk about a minute ago? Fat Joe is countersuing. Smokey Robinson is countersuing.
And Tyler Perry.
It does. No. It don't look like Tyler Perry is countersuing. He might be, but I didn't see anything.
And the reason why I asked you if the text is real is because, I mean, if they real, then yeah, Tyler Perry is gay, man. I mean, he made it known in them texts that, you know, he in them in.
They both consented. They both consented. You know, I don't agree with same-sex relationships. If Tyler Perry into that, that's him. We all know the childhood he's been through. It can breed that type of pathology.
So it is official now. Okay. Okay. I mean, I have my suspicions, and quite frankly, it ain't got nothing to do with me. But I mean, we kind of all knew anyway, so why are we shocked? I mean, you just they made you a billionaire for a reason, bro. You made you a billionaire for a reason. But I digress. I digress.
But to me, this was a consensual relationship that was mutually beneficial and mutually exploitative. That's how I see. If I'm the jury, Tyler Perry's relationship with Derek Dixon was mutually exploitative, mutually beneficial. Neither one of them are in the right. Neither one of them are in the wrong if everything stated is true. That's how I'm looking at that. You still got put on, you still got paid, you still got famous. Tell me, you were taken care of, not me. You see, now he never accused Tyler Perry of flat out sexually assaulting him with the R. You feel me? To me, it just looked like a lot of butt cheek grabbing is what I saw. A lot of thigh rubbing. You feel me? Like nowhere did I read he held me down and forcibly penetrated me. I don't see that nowhere. I'm seeing a bunch of butt smacking, butt grabbing. He pulled his underwear down. You still stayed on the job. Come on, Art. Come on, man. This is consensual. It's consensual. Same thing with Smokey Robinson and the 4 Mexicans. Come on now. You keep coming back and forth to work for 18 years, 12 years, 6 years, 1 year, letting this man do all this to you, you doing all this to him. Here's my thing. Are Smokey Robinson giving you oral sex, right? Did you refuse it? Because how does an 85-year-old man hold you down, Art, for oral sex? How does an 85-year-old man hold you down for oral sex? You enjoyed it as much as he did, but you didn't get out of it what you wanted to. The mistake of Smokey, the mistake of Tyler, the mistake of Shannon, the mistake of all of them is you're dating down and outside your race. You cannot afford to do that. You got too much to lose. I don't think any of these men sexually assaulted anybody. I don't think Smokey guilty. I don't think Shannon Sharp is guilty. I don't think Tyler Perry is guilty, but I would convict them on one count of being dumbass black men in racist white America. I would sentence them to 500 lashes apiece. Silly multi-millionaires, and in Tyler Perry's case, multi-billionaire. You a fool. You can't carry yourself like you working at McDonald's. They out here crashing out, Art, crashing out for non-black vagina and
I can't play that shit. I can't play that shit. I don't want to hear another thing about a rectum or nothing like that. This is a trip out here, you know. It's a motherfucking trip. Yeah. But going back to our first segment, Lenon is a scumbag. Lenon is a full-blown old-ass scumbag. They are literally the same age, and you're doing this. Okay. Let somebody catch you in a grocery store, dude. If you ever did this to anybody else in the world, if you did this to anybody, guaranteed, if they catch you at Walmart, that's bad for you, bro. It's gonna be bad for you. And really, and when I played this one little video, I thought, okay, it's gonna be none of one of those days. First, you want to prove that he's a hoarder, that he comes from a bad family, that his parents didn't raise him right. Although he has 6 degrees, I mean, he's gone to college and has 6 degrees, living under his father's tutelage, where his father was a U.S. military veteran. Took him under his wing, went to several colleges, and the fact that he's certified and he's going to get his degree. He could have got his degree in being an attorney or something, or being a prosecutor or whatever, and he would have made lots of money. But he turned that down to pursue his dream of helping the community in his own right. Now, how he's doing it, people question it. I don't mind it. But we're not questioning it with logic. We're just questioning it with smart mouth. A whole bunch of data babies just questioning it with the smart mouth. Or he's not taking care of his mom. That's just out of line. Because let's just put it this way. That's his mother. And how he's taking care of his mother, if he was in the wrong, I think somebody would have noticed and would have happened to let him know that he was wrong. But obviously the community hasn't spoken up against him. No one has spoken up against him except for one crazy ass y'all. Where were all these videos about his mother then? Where are all these crazy lame ass videos about him not taking care of his mother? But you can catch one video that somebody else did about his daughters, excuse me. That is insane. And Anissa, I'm not gonna even get into Anissa. I'm not gonna even do it because that's that man's daughter. Let the chips fall where they may. She's 23 years old. She lands on her face. Like I said, if I was Jamal, I would have sued. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to have him keep this up for very long. And he swears up and down. Lenon swears up and down that somebody's talking about this guy. No one talks about you, Lenon. You're irrelevant. Who the fuck talks about you? I'm gonna play this clip again, right? How it all got started. How this shit all got started, and he started acting emboldened. Don't you be threatening my family. He didn't even talk about your family, stupid. He never talked about your family. And this is the type of shit that I'm talking about when people get away with shit. And he won't come to my channel because I'll dust his ass for lying. I would literally dust his ass for lying. But this is where it all began. This is where it all happened. It all began. And all the lies and all this the craziness. The only reason why he attacked you was because you attacked him for 5 whole years straight. Didn't ever said anything. Never said a mumbling word.
say,
So let's do it.
if the hosting organization or institution can do their own child abuse clearance on you? What does it matter what they say when the hosting organization can require their own FBI clearance on you? So the fact that they're making up these very, very slanderous lies about you selling crack and going to jail for doing crack, why can't the hosting organization do their own criminal background check on you? Pay a couple dollars, they can get a report on Dr. Umar Johnson themselves. Well, that's a good question. That's a very good question. But unfortunately, as you know, many of our people are extremely scared of white people. They are extremely scared of white people, and they are extremely scared of any type of negative press that they get. So when you get an email from someone misrepresenting themselves as a scholar, when you get an email from someone misrepresenting themselves as a pastor, when you get an email from someone misrepresenting themselves as a concerned member of the community, a lot of Black people are so in terror of bad publicity, so in terror of white backlash, so in terror of any type of negative criticism that they can get from the media, they will automatically pull back from you. So what these four people do is they send emails out all across the country to every organization. If you look at my speaking list, they have contacted every single person and agency that has invited me to speak.
Mind you, this is so many years ago. This has been almost 10 years in the making. And this guy has minded his own business, yet here we go with the grift. First, it starts off with Gerald Palmer. Gerald Palmer is the most despicablest nigga I have ever seen in my entire life. If I ever seen him in real life, I wouldn't even put my mitts on him. I'd just get a baseball bat and just knock his ass out. Yeah, he's one of these crazy. I've made videos about him in the past. They're quite hilarious. But another one, Monty Woodgrain. I'll knock his ass out too. But needless to say, he only makes a few videos here, there, whatever. It's not even worth it. Then we go to the two primary suspects, and that is Anti-Afro Spengali, which is an old soul and an old hoe, and of course, Lying Honor. Lying Honor continues to make videos about a person, again, as I stated before, a person that he has never known, never spoke to, never came up and talked to him or accused them or anything, man on man. But the smoke god comes up to the school and he is spotted by Umar. Shout out to the smoke guy, by the way. And this was years ago. Years ago. And this is the reason why I left the Umar sector, because it got goofier and goofier. Well, let me continue.
All of the Black parent training sites have been located, have been contacted. All of the Black parent training sites have been contacted, and they have tried.
And this is what they do. They contact venues, they contact the colleges that they know is going to be in, because they can't collect this money them damn selves. So what they do is they end up contacting venues, they end up contacting universities, they end up contacting certain schools and letting them know that, false, with false allegations that he's a criminal, he's this and he's that, he should be locked up in jail, and they ended up canceling the venue. So they even called up GoFundMe at one point. They called up Cash App. suspended his Cash App. He's no longer taking Cash Apps because of these knuckleheads, right? So, I mean, this is the obsession. This is the exception. If I was Umar, I would have sued. That's just me.
To intimidate and bully them into canceling the Black parent trainings that we have scheduled across the country. This is what these 4 Negroes are doing. And they're doing it with a letter because they send me the letters. The letters say that I smoke crack. There's videos of me smoking crack. I've been to jail for selling crack. I do not have a criminal record. I do not have a criminal record. I have never done time in a prison or a jail.
The person who said that Umar was smoking crack would be Lenon. That would be the person who said he was smoking crack. And you have the nerve, you have the audacity, Leonard, to get mad at this particular person right here, Dr. Umar Tunde, for smoking crack, and you're getting mad because he basically cussed you out or gave told the people to give your address up and where you live and where you work. That you don't work. And the bills are underneath your wife's name. So that's that.
I am a certified school psychologist for crying out loud. I work in schools for crying out loud. I am a child and family therapist. I work with families and children. How in the hell can you have a criminal record working with families and children? It is absolutely ridiculous. But these 4 individuals have went too far. Some of you are good at research. I need their home address and I need their job address, and I'm going to give you their names. One of them is William Clay. He is based in the Washington, D.C., Maryland area. His name is William Clay. If you go on YouTube and type in William Clay, you're going to get videos on school to prison pipeline. You're going to get videos on post-traumatic school disorder, which is a concept that Umar Johnson invented. It is a concept that Dr. Umar Johnson invented. He stole my idea and wrote a book. He stole my idea and wrote a book. And he does seminars on the exact same topics that I do. Does he have a doctorate? I don't know. Is he a certified school psychologist? No, he is not. No, he is not. No, he is not. William Clay on YouTube. He's another one of those wannabe Umar people. They want to be me. They want to do me. This Negro contacted the church in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I was supposed to speak on February the 23rd. He contacted the AME church in Tulsa. The pastor didn't pay him any mind, so he went to the bishop. He told the bishop that I sell drugs. I went to jail for doing drugs. There's videos of me smoking crack. This is what William Clay did. I need this motherfucker's address. I need this motherfucker's address. I'm going to go see him this weekend. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Find Willie Clay's address. Find out where he worked. I'm going to see him when I get to DC this weekend. I'm not playing no fucking games no more. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. No more games. Find William Clay's address. And when you go to his website, I don't know the website, but he has a website. I found the website, but I can't find it. If you go to his website, he has my videos on his website. He's using my material to advertise his website. He's trying to sabotage all of my speaking engagements. William Clay, a wannabe Dr. Umar Johnson. William Clay, a wannabe Dr. Umar Johnson. 1. Number 2 is homosexual Gerald Palmer, based in Kansas City. He's a reverend. He's not a real reverend. He doesn't have a church. He doesn't have a congregation. He's another one. You can find him on YouTube, Gerald Palmer. He calls himself Reverend Gerald. He calls himself for himself except trying to take me down. Mukasa Africa. He's been hiding out lately, but he started the whole shit. He a little bitch ass nigga from Philly. We used to work at the same charter school, Keppera Charter School. Okay, find that bitch ass nigga because he started this. He started the whole thing 5 years ago. I think he's in the DC area. Mukasa Africa. I have.
Wow, why not pause? My
Forgotten
bad.
about
My bad. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna see your bitch ass. Okay, and another one is Andrea Stewart. She's the one on YouTube, Anti-Afro Svengali. Anti-Afro Svengali. She's in California. I want to pull up on her when I go out to Cali next month for the parent training. Those are the 4 people I need. William Clay of the DC area, Mukasa Africa, who was in Philly, but I think he's in the DC area. Okay. So-called Reverend Gerald Palmer, he's in the Kansas City area. Andrea Stewart, who is in the California area. And I want to give you one more. Lenon Honor. I'm tired of this bitch nigga too. This is the weak ass dude who got nothing but YouTube videos about me on YouTube. Lenorhonor. I had enough of him too. I don't know where he lived. I don't know what city he in. Find out where these 5 people are. Please find out where these 5 people are. This shit is going to end right now. There is one thing to make videos. Monty Woodgrain, I'm going to fuck him up too. So if you could get Monty's address, it's time for me to see Monty too. I've been as patient as I can be, and I'm tired of this shit. And let me also say this. For those of y'all who claim to be supporters, if you send me bullshit from these motherfuckers, I'm going to block you. You are not a supporter getting your fucking rocks and kicks off watching this bullshit that these people put out.
Yep. So that's how that got started. And then, of course, the infamous, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my family. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my family. Oh. Nigga, nobody knows you. Don't nobody care about you. What happened in 2 hours? I got on over. I was waiting on you. I was waiting on my friend. I don't know. I just gone over. See, but yeah, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. But again, you crossed the whole fucking line. You crossed the line, and apparently, Information Man doesn't give a shit either. So you scum to the earth. When y'all get together, y'all scum. You ain't got nothing else better to do. Just say you are jealous. Just say you are jealous. And we would have just not done this. We would have just not done it. I would have never made videos on you. I got too much. I got other shit to talk about. Like the Carmelo Anthony case. He's been convicted. He's been not convicted of mass murder. He's convicted of first-degree murder. Right? I could have been talking about that. I could have been talking about how Beyonce almost fell off stage. I was gonna laugh my ass off. I could have talked the whole deal about how the Diddy trial case is a sham, and he might be free soon. He might just be free soon. I could have been talking about a plethora of things. I could have been talking about the fact that somehow someone in some doofus in Vegas, my neck of the woods, stole not one car, but several cars, trying to get away from the police. And this idiot just happens to get into a car with people in it, kidnap them to get away. It's crazy. But here I am talking about Joe Dumbass. And the only people he can get on his show, I'm talking about Lenon show, is the same people he's affiliated with, that he socializes with, and that's the people in his sector. That's the only people that he can associate with. Everybody else, he gets the yelling and the screaming and the no, you don't tell me what to do. Like, why don't you cut out the bullshit? He's a fucking liar. He's a fucking liar. You know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off. He's a liar. He's a scammer. Go to his page. Just go to his page, and you will see plethoras. I showed you this shit already. You're gonna see plethora of videos. As a matter of fact, fuck it. We'll just go to this one. Shout out to Speakeasy. Shout out to my brother Speakeasy.
See the motherfucking, to see his wife or some.
This is Lenon. This is Lenon. And I'm supposed to take that serious. I'm supposed to be taking this nigga serious? Let's continue.
Shit up there with it. No, this nigga was discussing wee sizes. Now, that video is a video that only can be made by women. Does size matter? The truth about wee sizes. Hey, player. Look here, nigga. The only motherfuckers that can make that video is women and motherfuckers who had one up in them before.
He ain't lying. He is not lying. But this is what he used to do. He's a failure. If you are that desperate to talk about your somebody's genitals, you're a failure. That's just all it is. When you're talking about insects and listening to sound waves from your eyeballs, you're a failure. When you play the flute and no one pays attention to you, you're a freaking failure. You're a failure. You're a failure at life. You're a failure. Excuse me. You're a failure at life. You're a failure at happiness. You're a failure at keeping a job. You're a failure to exposing or exploiting your degrees, which you claim you have fewer than Umar. You claim to know Umar's whereabouts, what he does. I know everything about this guy. Sure you do. That's why I put on the intro or whatever. He loved him some Umar. He just loves him some Umar. Oh, Umar. Oh my God. I can't believe you came up with this video. I'm gonna make so many videos. I'm gonna make so many videos about you, Umar. Oh, Umar. Goofy shit.
What the fuck is you worried about wee sizes for? You need to address.
Now,
he can threaten them.
Now, the video I just played, this is the clapback.
He can act like he's gonna physically assault people. He can threaten them. He can act like he's gonna physically assault people. He can threaten them. He can act like he's gonna physically assault people, or he doxes people.
Angers together.
If the shit didn't work before, why the fuck do you think it's gonna work now, bro? Niggas. That's what I'm saying. And I told myself I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna be professional about it. But listen, that shit's not going to work with me. It's not. I'm not the fucking one, bro.
You think you tough? You think you're tough, huh?
Umar, you may think that maybe you may have this misconception because maybe a person looks a certain way or because they kind of carry themselves a certain way. I tend to be very laid back about shit. I really tend to be that way. I tend to bring things calm and keep things calm and shit. That's how I am. That's my personality.
Your problem is you got an inferiority complex. Don't blame me for that shit.
But don't fuck with me, bro. And don't fuck with my family. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. You can be the biggest dude. You can be the smallest dude.
Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech. You built like that? I got some shit for you.
I don't give a shit. Don't fuck with me.
Bitch, I'm right here, nigga. Come bring it.
Now, this is where the shockumentary starts. This.
Like I said, that's how it started, and this is where the grift began. The whole grift, it just began and it circulated and it just spun off, and this is where he is. This is where he is, and he's making his money. He knows doggone well. First of all, I ain't gonna talk. If they met in person, Umar be too busy to even conduct himself in a one-on-one conversation. He'll probably just do this and just let the Black Panthers handle him. It is what it is. Just he'll let the Black Panther handle him just like he handled that one girl in Atlanta who threw a bag and it could have been a bomb. It's like no one cares. Black people don't care. I realize if it didn't happen, then it's all fake. You know he screwed that girl. First of all, secondly, you don't have someone rush up to the congregation, throw a bag up there, and say whatever they want to say, and then you better be glad this wasn't special services. No one did this to Bill Clinton when he was president. No one did this to Obama when he was president. Hell, no one even does it to Donald Trump when he was president. They didn't care who was up there. But you gonna walk your little big fat ass up there and gonna throw a bag? You know, luckily, there's a reason why Donald Trump any president has Secret Service for a reason. You lucky them snipers didn't snipe you. You don't know if Umar has snipers. You don't know if Umar has them snipers. They got them things though. They got them things on them though. Black Panthers do not play, Jack. The security that Umar has with him, he does not play at all. But let me play a little bit of it and we can get out of here.
Part of it, we going to break down the character of the real Lenon, Mr. Dishonor. We going to see what type of cat he is. I'm going to be stopping it, like he do, but I ain't going to scrutinize every fucking pixel in the damn video. You know what I mean? I ain't going to be on no old, look at that dandelion Umar just stepped on.
Very sexy with mine.
The fuck you say? The fuck is fun?
Look at my ass coming in, shit. I've been waiting on my ass for a long time.
Whoa.
Okay, I just be in the bathroom, just in the mirror looking back.
Didn't your dumb ass say that on YouTube?
Checking your reflection and telling your best friend, like, girl, I think my butt getting big. Oh.
Magnificent.
The fuck you so tickled about? What the fuck is you laughing at?
You getting there, bro. Just keep eating. Keep eating and sitting.
You counter motherfucker.
This dude's weird. He's weird. He's a fucking weirdo. It's like I said before. You cross the line, and hopefully, if I have time next week, I am offering Mr. Information Man to come visit We-On-Loc so we can have a discussion on his boy, Lenon. I really need a serious talk with Information Man. So if anybody has Information Man's information, please let him know that We-On-Loc needs to have a serious conversation with this man, with him. Yeah, it needs to be had. It needs to be had ASAP. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I will be with you with another video possibly tomorrow. If not, I will definitely see you next week. And I do apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm gonna end up getting this shit done. He looks and sounds stupid. Duh. That's what we all have thought. It's nothing else to say about other than he's goofy. But I would see you on a different time, different channel. Peace.